Hello students, welcome to AriserTalent. I'm your maths teacher Arpita Sharma and we are studying statistics. So, writing the name of our very chapter, right? So, this is our chapter, isn't it? Okay, so far what we have studied, we have gone through the basic concepts and some of the basic numericals, and then we moved out to cumulative frequency, and the last lecture we have covered the mean. Okay, now we were moving towards the properties of mean. Okay, and what's that for? So, this we have covered in our previous one. Then the summation I1 to n xi minus x bar will be equals to 0, and we have understood it by one example also. Okay, so next slide is about if x bar is the mean of x1, x2, x3 till xn, then the mean of ax1, ax2, ax3 till axn is ax bar. I've told you if I multiplied something in complete series or added something in the complete series or divided something in the complete series, then you are getting the same in your the mean. Okay, that is x bar. Okay, so what it is saying, basically you're having this x bar which is equals to obviously 1 by n summation I 1 to n xi, isn't it? So, if you're having this, that means you're having x bar equals to 1 by n, then here it is summation, that is x. Now, put I equals to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and natural number, so it will continue to n. So, 1 and 2. Did I mention that n is natural number? So, okay, mention it that n is equals to natural number, right? So, x1, x2, x3 until xn and close the bracket here. Okay, cool. Now, cool. Okay, so now we are having this, and if I'm going to add something, no, not add, but multiply something. So, I am multiplying x bar with a, right? Correct? Here is equals to 1 by n. That's gonna be a x1 plus a x2 plus a x3 till a xn. So, that means if you have multiplied a in each term, then the deviation, not the deviation, but the mean will be multiplied by a only. So, if you are given with the with this, the value of this, then you can just simply multiply by a to it and get the value of this complete. Okay, understood? If you're not understood, then I'll make you understood by one example. How? Let's see. I'm telling you there are 3 numbers, or maybe let's say 4 numbers. Okay, so your x1 is something, your x2 is something, your x3 is something, and your x4 is something. So now, what are these? The values are here. Let's suppose x1 is 10, x2 is 20, x3 is again 20, and you get this x4 as 30, right? So, getting the values 10, 20, 20 and 30, right? Now, if I'll find out the mean here, so my mean will be x bar, and that will be equals to simply 10 plus 20 plus 20 plus 30 divided by how many numbers? Simply 4. Okay, so 30, 20, 50, 50, 20, 70 and 10, 80, 80 by 4, and that will be simply 20. So, there your x bar will be 20. Now, I am saying to you guys that I just have to multiply it by 3. Now, if I'm take a equals to 3. If I'm going to take a equals to 3, what's gonna be the x bar? So, x bar will be equals to now x bar will be equals to 10 multiplied by 3. You are going to multiply each and every term by 3. So, 10 multiplied by 3 is 30. Okay, plus 3 multiplied by 20 is 60. 3 multiplied by 20 again 60. And 3 multiplied by 30 is 90. So now I am going to divide it by 4 and see what the value is here, and I'll see that if it is AX bar or not, right? So I'll divide it by 4. Now 180, 190, 120, no, that's 200, 210, then 211, 210, 200, so that there is 6, 6 and 6, 18 and 6, 24. So 240 here it is, divided by 4, right? So that will be 60. Now what is 60, student? 60 is simply 3 multiplied by 20, isn't it? 3 multiplied by 20. Now value of A is what? A is equals to 3, and X bar, previous X bar was what? 20. Here it is. I got X bar equals to 20 and I was having A equals to 3. So now what I got after multiplying each term by A is equals to AX bar, isn't it? So technically it's right. We have proved it mathematically too. Okay, so you can note this. So this is one. And now this is what I have told you about the multiplication. What? The multiplication. Now what about the division? If I divide them, now just have a look. We are just doing the language thing here. If X bar is the mean of X1, X2, X3 till Xn, then the mean of AX1, AX2, AXn till AXn is AX bar. We have proved that. Okay. Then where A is any number different from 0. Now A is not 0 here. Mention it. A is not 0 here. It can be anything but not 0. Then that is if each observation is multiplied by a non-zero number A, then the mean is also multiplied by A. If each number will be multiplied by A, then the mean will also be multiplied by A only. Now, if X bar is the mean of an observations X1, X2, X3 till Xn, then the mean of X1 by A. Now, you are dividing each number by A. X1 by A, X2 by A, X3 by A, till Xn by A is X bar by A. What is this? The mean. First it was in case of X1, X2, X3 till Xn it was X bar. But in the case of X1 by A, X2 by A, X3 by A till Xn by A, it is nothing but X bar by A. You got this very clear in your head? Okay. So here you got it. Like you're having this X1, X2, X3, X4 till X5, sorry, Xn it is, till Xn. So X1, X2, X3, X4 till Xn here. Now I'm getting the mean, now I'm getting the values. Let's suppose we are having these X4 till X4, I'm having some values. Let's suppose let us suppose that X1 equals to, let us suppose first, let us assume that n equals to 4, n equals to 1, n equals to 4, okay. And if n equals to 4, we'll be having X1, X2, X3 and X4. So, X1 equals to 30, X2 equals to 90, X3 equals to 60 and X4 here is equals to 30 again. So, these are these values. Now, X bar will be equals to, it will be X1, should I write the formula first? 1 by n, X1 plus X2 plus X3 plus X4. So, that will be 1 by 4 because n is 4. 30 plus 90 plus 60 plus 30, and what will be the value? 9, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 210, So 210 by 30, that will be 70. Not 3, it's 4. Guys, correct it by 4. So here it is. So that will be 210 by 4. Okay. Now divide each value by 3. Okay. So that will be 30 by 3. New values 30 by 3, or I can just write 30 by 3 equals to 10, and 90 by 3 is 30, and 60 by 3 is equals to 20, and then 30 by 3 is equals to 10. This implies that now x bar, the value should be 210 by 4, that should be divided by 3, that should be our value. Let's see. Now this implies mean equals to 10 plus 30 plus 20 plus 10 by 4, which is 10 and 30. This is 40, 50, 60 and 70. So that will be 70 by 4. Okay. Now 70 by 4 is equals to what? 210 by 4 multiply by 1 by 3. Solve this. 210 divided by 4 multiply by 3. By 3 it will be 70 times. That will be 70 by 4 only. Okay. So these two are same. Now look at this. This is the mean. The mean is what? Previous mean divided by 3. Why divided by 3? Because we have divided each and every term by 3 only. So is it now clear to you guys about this property? If yes, then note it and then we will move forward. Okay, note it. Noted. Okay. So our next thing is, if x bar is the mean of an observation x1, x2, x3 till xn, then the mean of x1 minus a, x2 minus a till xn minus a is x bar minus a, where a is a real number. If a is any real number, now a is not any number, it is any real number. Okay, a is any real number, then x bar's mean will differentiate by a if you just subtract something from that one. Okay, so we will have one example also here with for the property. Okay, so let us take or assume n equals to 3. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 is equals to x bar, isn't it, student? Okay, now I am taking x1, x2 and x3 equal to, what should I take? Let's suppose this is 10, this is 13 and this is again 10. I am taking these three numbers. If I am taking these three numbers, student, then okay, then I'll be having my x bar equals to 10 plus 13 plus 10 by 3, which is 1, 2, 3. So 33 by 3, and which is equals to 11. Now what the question is saying, if I subtract, so x bar minus a will be equals to x1 minus a, x2 minus a plus x3 minus a and divided by 3. It should be equals to this. Let's find out if it's not. So, value of x bar is what? 11 here. Okay. So, 11 minus a. Now, I am taking a as 3. Okay. So, I have taken something a. No. So, here take a equals to 3 and check whether it is true or not. So, 11 minus 3 should be 10 minus 3 plus second one was 13 minus 3 and the third one was 10 minus 3 by 3. So, that will be what, student? 8. Simply 8, 11 minus 3. Now, you have to look it into it that whether this is equals to 8 or not. So, 10 minus 3 is clearly 7 plus 10 plus 7 by 3 and that will be equals to 10 and then 14. So, 24 by 3. Now, it is equals to 8. Now, this 8 is equals to 8. So, hence proved. That means x bar minus a. This thing, this very thing is right. If it is right, so we can say that, if it is right, we can say that this implies that x bar minus a. I was taking it only for x3. Now, I can take it till xn equals to 1 by n x1 minus a plus x2 minus a plus x3 minus a till xn minus a, right. So, this is what this is mean. Okay, this is mean. So, x bar minus a will be equals to what? This is simply summation I equals to 1 to n, or should I place it upside? x1 minus a was there. Okay, so that will be what? That will be x bar minus a and that will be summation n summation I equals to 1 from 1 to n and there is xi, okay, minus a. Okay, is it so? So, we are having it here also. This is the same. Okay. Now, it's not given here, but it's only it's also true in case of x bar equals to, sorry, x bar minus a, x bar plus a. If you will add this a here, then it will be equals to summation n. Okay, if each and every term has been subtracted by this any real number a, then the x bar not subtracted by but added. Okay, so be it a plus sign, let it be a plus sign. Okay, so xi plus a, if in each and every term you have added a, then the mean will be also increased by a, only a. So, if you are given, what is the use of it? If you are given with the average as 8 and you are asked about what if each and every number is subtracted by something or added by something or divided by something or multiplied by something, you don't have to repeat the calculation. What you have to do, just multiply or add or whatever it was. If it's multiplied, then multiply that a with the mean. If it's been subtracted, then subtract it by a. If it's been divided, then divide it by a. This is the procedure. Okay. So, how will I justify it? 4 plus, so I'll just, okay, how? I'm taking all these numbers to as that only, and I'm just doing the calculation here. So this is the first, x bar will be the same. Now I'm adding a. So if I'm adding a, that will be plus, that will be plus, that will be a plus 2. Okay, and if these are plus, there will be a plus also, there will be a plus also, there will be a plus also, and there will be a plus also too. That is x1's value is 10, x2's value is 13, and x3's value is 10. So if I'm adding a 3 which is equals to a, okay, a is equals to 3. So if I'm doing 11, if I'm doing this 10 plus 3, 13 plus 3 and 10 plus 3, then I have to add 3, also 3 in this mean, and then divide it by 3. Now that will be, now the values will change from here. So I'm just going to rub that part only. Okay students, so that will be 11 plus 3, 11 plus 3 gonna be 14. Okay, so there should be 14 and there should be 14 too. Now let's find out if it's 14 or not. So that will be 13 plus 16 plus 13 by 3, and that will give you what? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 2, 1 carry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 42 by 3. Now it's divisible by 3 because summation is 6, which is also divisible by 3. So 3 ones are 3, 1, 2. Now 4 threes are 12. So 4. Okay, so 14 here, 14 here, 14 here. I have made my point. That is equals to this. So this is what I can just write it like x bar plus a is equals to x1 plus a plus x2 plus a plus x3 plus a till in generalized form xn plus a all divided by way to n. Okay, so that should be there. Understood it? Now note it. Okay, noted with that stuff. So after reading all these things, this main thing we have covered in our two good lectures. So what is the point of studying this all mean things? We don't like mean things, but okay, we've studied here mean, actually not literal mean but mean, that means the average. So why you have studied it? So we do have some advantages and some disadvantages. We have some advantages and disadvantages of them. Now we will be discussing about the advantages and disadvantages of all these kind of mean thing, and there are some points, there are some obvious points why you should use and you should not use mean in some things, because there are consequences of each and everything, pros and cons. Okay, so for some things you have to use mean because it's really very good, it's less time consuming, it's it does not change value if there's slight change in each and every value. So average value doesn't go any far, but if there's a major value change or if you have missed some value, then it's gonna be a big problem for you. So how it is good, how it is bad, we will study, but not in this lecture, in our next lecture. Till then, what you have to do, enjoy life, do some good study and take care. Bye bye.